right, if you're anything like me, you went to grade school and even college to become a teacher, and you just worked with procedure and abstract math, where you were just given numbers or numbers within a word problem and told to just do it, and you either got it or you didn't. But I've learned as a teacher that there are other ways to represent and show math so that I can explain to my students why the computations that we do work. I can show them why what we do makes sense. And I can give them that conceptual learning and that conceptual understanding. And it's taken me, I'm now 12 years into teaching, and it's taken me this long to learn more and more of how to build that concept for the students. And one of those things that you can do is you can use more visual representations. That's one of the mathematics best practices, is to use more representations, whether that be concrete manipulatives or visual representation or discrete models or otherwise. And if you're like me, again, nobody taught me that. I've never seen it. I can't necessarily create my own until I've seen it and tried some myself. And the greatest resource that I found for it so far is Zurn.org. And Zurn.org is from the same tree as Engage New York or Eureka Math and other products such as that. So if you've seen those or trialed those, then you'll know what I'm talking about. There's some really great stuff in there. So I'm signed in right now, but you can just sign in with your Google account. But once you're signed in, you're going to go ahead and click on Curriculum and then choose the grade level that you want to work with. I'm going to start with second grade. And then once it loads, you can use this drop down option right here to choose one of their missions, or you can scroll down and you can see the mission names. So let's say you're using a different curriculum and you want to find ways to show and represent the concept that you're working on. And so then you can come in and find their matching mission, and then you can utilize their tools. So when you go into any mission, again, doesn't matter which mission it is, you go into any mission, and they've got some really great stuff for teacher-led instruction. And the one that I use most readily is this whole group word problems, because they have one problem per lesson, one problem per skill that's being taught, and they every single time have some kind of visual representation. So this is representing base 10 blocks. This is a bar diagram or a tape diagram, whichever you want to call it. And they've got a variety of options where they can show the computation, show the concept, show the actions that need to take place in order to answer the word problem. And I have learned so much from using these tools and looking at these word problems and using them to help me build an arsenal of representations for my students. So again, go to Zurn.org, click on the word curriculum, choose your grade level, and then from there you can choose your mission from the drop down, or if you go back to that overview, you can choose it from that page based on the name of the unit. And then once you click into that, the teacher-led resources go to those whole group word problems or whole class word problems, and you'll see so many representations. You're going to see the same thing in the fluency practice as well as the small group instruction, but that's a little lengthier if you're looking just for a visual to be like, oh, that's how I can show it. Those word problems are the place to go. And yes, this is only for K through 5, but even as a middle school teacher, I can utilize these word problems to help me expand my skill set of representation, and then more readily and more easily apply it to even 6th, 7th, or 8th grade math that I teach on a regular basis. So there's your pro tip for today.